So great. Welcome again, and good to have all of you. We are live on YouTube too. I'll be sharing that link on our chat room. Also, I'll be sharing our our Telegram channel. This is where we do daily updates on cryptos, market, S&P, and also any other market. So let me just pass the baton to Luis. It's already 6 minutes past 10 for him to take us through today's session, which is crypto security and wallets. Luis, in a few seconds, just take us through today's session.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Lawrence, for the brief introduction about today's topic and also what we're going to do. So I hope you can all hear me and also see me. And then thanks. I'll be sharing my screen just to go a few things that are prepared in terms of crypto wallets and security, because basically this is where everything starts. Remember, cryptocurrency is a platform that gives you control, so you need to know how to secure, how to hold those cryptocurrencies that you have, that you maybe you've bought, that you've mined, that you've been paid. So the best way is now to learn on how to go about the whole thing. So let me go right ahead and share my screen. And remember, you can always be asking questions on the chat. If there's not, if something is not clear, remember just to just put it on the chat, then I can just go over all of it again, because we only have about 40 minutes, 45 for this session. That is first part of the news, and also sorry, first part of this session, and then the last part is the news session on what actually has been happening within the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So without further ado, let me just go ahead and share my screen. So there you go. So as I said, the topic for today is just crypto wallets and security. So wallets are basically places or platforms whereby you store your digital holdings, your digital cryptocurrencies. That's what it means. It's nothing different. The image you're seeing over there is just like the normal wallet that you store fiat. Yeah, that is your currencies. But here you are storing now your valuable digital currencies on a device or on a system. So before even I go ahead and to the topic, I think these are some of the questions that I normally see people asking, that I normally see people wanting wanting clarity. So it's questions like, how can I safely store my digital assets? Types of wallets available, which wallets are preferable, what is better than the other one, how do I ensure that I am not at risk, and how do I secure myself for that. The other question is, what are the best cryptocurrency wallets? I think that's one thing that I've been asking, that have been asked. Then some people have been asking, is there a wallet that holds all cryptocurrency? I think those are some of the questions that I keep getting. And then some even say, which are the best, which are the safest crypto wallets. So I'm sure you may have had the same questions, but rather lucky for you, we'll go through it together, so that by end of it, at least you have one or two things that actually can pick it out. So diving right into it, cryptocurrency wallets are broadly categorized into two types. That is just to say, we have hot wallets and cold wallets. Simple as that. Hot wallet and cold wallets. So of course, the moment I said hot and cold, of course we relay that to weather, whether it's when the weather is hot or the weather is cold. So this is now in the digital space, in terms of when something is hot, meaning it's in terms of now online, it is easily accessible. You can actually access it very fast, just by the click of a button. A cold wallet, meaning it's something that is in a cold storage, whereby you have to really go over very many steps to get access to it, and that is now what you say offline. So think of it this way: hot is online, and then cold is offline. That is off the online, off the internet. So if you go further, of course there are hot has various categories, cold has also various categories. So as you see over there, before even you decide to download one of these wallets, whether it's a hot or you buy a cold wallet, ask yourself, or better yet, define what kind of a user are you. Are you a new person? Are you an experienced person? Are you a trader? Are you a developer? Are you an everyday user? So those kind of questions, you should actually consider them first before thinking of what wallet to use. So as I said, think about, are you a beginner? Are you an everyday user? Are you a developer? Are you a trader? Are you a long-term investor? So when you have that in mind, then that will guide you on where to go. So this particular flowchart basically gives you a summary of what I'm going to talk about today. Depending on storage, we have hot on the left side, and then you have cold on the right side. Under hot wallet, you have two types of wallet: software wallets and online wallets. We have software wallets and online wallets. Cold, we have paper wallets and we have hardware wallets. So I'm going to be breaking down now software, online, paper wallets, and hardware wallets. And I'm going to show you like what are the positives, what are the negatives, and examples of these particular wallets. So let me admit new people to the meeting as we continue. So up to there, I hope you have gotten a glimpse of what I'm going to talk about. So hot storage. So hot storage wallets are those wallets that are always connected to the internet and are relatively easier to set up. So hot wallets are perfect for those crypto traders who indulge in regular crypto trading. That is now those people who trade every day because the funds are easily available. However, since hot wallets are connected to the internet, they are vulnerable to hacking. Thus, they need to be fortified with the multi-layer security to enable secure storage and transfer of crypto funds. This is where you will hear people talking about two-factor authentication, SMS authentication, email code confirmation, fingerprint recognition, facial. So all those of security layers are helping people to basically secure them. So let me try and enlarge this a bit so it be a bit clear. Let me see whether that is okay. So I hope we are following. As I said, we are talking about hot wallets. So hot wallets, these are wallets that are always connected to the internet, that are live, that are connected, that are online. And it is easier for people who like do everyday trading because you can easily get your funds, you can easily deposit, you can easily withdraw. This is where you'll see now the types of wallets that we have. So number one type of hot wallets is what we call a desktop wallet. So a desktop wallet, as we know, is of course you basically download the wallet onto your computer, then execute the trade efficiently. So a desktop wallet gives you full control over your assets and the keys to enable secure transactions. So, of course, that is already sounding a bit complicated for anybody who's new. When you talk about your private keys and your public keys, of course, that is not for a new person. So this one is always good for people who are a bit advanced. So if you look over there, these are regarded to be better than online wallets as they get installed on a single computer, and they are related, and all the related transactions can be accessed through this device. So you can also encrypt your desktop wallet to further enhance the security every time a user wishes to encrypt password stores in the wallet or insert his password. So this is a one location. Well, as in if you have let's say I have this computer of mine in this office. Now, if I have installed my wallet, the wallet in this desktop, I can only access it through this device. There's no way else I can access it. That is what it means. And of course, if you remember back, I think 1 year ago, there's a company in Canada that one of the CEO actually forgot the password of that particular device. So that way, he was not able to get the cryptocurrencies. So the other thing again, as you can see, you need to securely store your wallet, your passwords, and also your backup phrase. There's a number of words that you write to secure the system. So that is number one, desktop wallets. So as I said, desktop wallets these are basically wallets that are downloaded on a desktop computer. Simple as that. This is not good for, or rather, is not recommended for a new person, because you basically have control of all your keys. Moving forward, keys basically are like the passwords, so to say. The second type of wallets under hot wallets is what we call web wallets. So web wallets, these are the most convenient to use, as you can process blockchain transaction through the browser without even downloading or installing the wallets on your desktop. So think of it as the best example I normally use is our Gmail accounts, email. So Gmail, you can access Gmail via the website. You go to www.gmail.com, then you log in. Or you can also have an option of downloading the Gmail app. So think of it in those perspectives. So web wallet is what you use the browser to log in. So web wallets are best suited for inexperienced traders and beginners, as web wallets are even provide the service to manage the private keys of the users on their behalf through the many web wallets allow. So what it says is that most web wallets allows any beginner to just get the basics. All the technicalities of the wallet is handled by the particular platform. So most web wallets have a mobile wallet attached to it. Kind of the example I used with with Gmail. Gmail, you normally have the web whereby you go to the website, and that is www.gmail.com, or you can use the app, which is now what you call the mobile app. So that is a simple example. So mobile wallets are considered to be the best software wallet, as they function just like a desktop wallet, but offer round-the-clock easy accessibility to users. So if you're looking to create your own cryptocurrency wallet, then a mobile wallet is the best right option for you. However, since mobile wallets are connected to the internet, make sure to reinforce the security to safeguard them against any security attacks. So as much as you're online, it's easy to access. You're also bound for attacks from people over the internet, because you're online. That is, of course, you are within the line of hackers. But if you ensure proper security procedures, then you are okay. Some of the measures include like not using the public Wi-Fi's, not using the same passwords for very many platforms, making sure that you always keying in your password, not in the open, just anybody can see you, because at times people actually can see how you are typing in your password on a particular wallet. So with that basically sums up the part of the hot wallets. So as we are saying, we have desktop, we have web wallets, and we have mobile wallets. So I'm sure some of us must be wondering, okay, the likes of let's say let's say local Bitcoin, let's say Paxful, let's say Luno, let's say Binance, where do they fall? So all those are what we call web wallet-based services, but they also provide you with a mobile like application. So they are all like interrelated. So the last part is what we call cold storage. So cold storage is the second type of the second category of web wallets, of basically crypto wallets. Sorry. So cold storage wallets are the wallets that are not always connected to the internet and can be connected when a user needs to process any transaction. So the key thing there is cold wallets is not connected to the internet. Once you move your assets to that particular, think of it as a USB document. Sorry, a USB a flash disk. I think I even have one here. Maybe I can show you. So like this flash disk, the moment you save a document there, it is offline. It's not online. So that is the same analogy that these people are using. So once you store your cryptocurrencies on this device, normally it looks like this flash disk. So you just store your assets there and then you keep it offline. Simple as that. Of course, they are considered to be more secure than hot wallets. However, they also have they have threats of outside damage or theft. Because remember, if this one I lose this particular USB, or maybe it is destroyed physically, then of course whatever it is inside there also gets destroyed. So that is one thing that people need to be aware when they're using their cold wallets. The other type of under now cold wallets, cold storage, we have two types of wallet. We have what you call hardware wallets. So hardware is actually what I was explaining to you. There are physical wallets that store cryptocurrencies in offline mode. A random number generator, I think this is now a bit technical, but for those who have experience, you normally have like a code that generates every other, the time you're saving it, it does a one-time password, private key that you then now you store it offline mode. So as you can see over there, hardware wallets, the type of, I'll say that they are basically similar to the desktop wallet, only that now these are offline. Remember, the desktop wallet is a wallet that is installed on a particular device. Of course, it is less prone to malware attacks because they are offline. Examples you can see over there: Ledger, Nano, Trezor, KeepKey are the top hardware wallets. I'll be giving you a summary of the best options as per every category. So remember, when you want to make a transaction, when you have the hardware wallet, you have to put it into the laptop or your device. Then you can have it online. The last type is what we call paper wallets. So these are those wallets that have a private key and a crypto address printed on them. Paper wallets provide the highest level of security as compared to all other wallets, as they are safe from malware and hacking. However, this type of wallet is not recommended for it might wear and tear out, just like any paper. If a paper gets destroyed, of course, the wallet also gets destroyed. What normally moves around, as you can see over there, I think I'll show you, that is it. It's normally like a QR code that is printed on a paper. So if that paper disappears, or if it is eaten by a dog, actually we've had cases whereby people did print their private keys onto a paper, then maybe a dog actually can eat it, or maybe it can get destroyed. Warn to you, you can never restore that. It is gone, and it's gone completely. That's why if you look at Bitcoin, there are more than 4 point something million Bitcoins that are lost, that are disappeared. So this is how people get to lose their Bitcoins, so to say. So in summary, paper wallet is offline. Of course, it's you can store it. Once you print it out, it gets stored offline. It's not online. So that is actually that is more or less like it. I think examples. I think I'll be showing you the summary right now. So this just give you what I've been talking about this whole session. It is as actually a summary that once you get it, of course, you can see. Let me just zoom it in. I think it's a bit okay. So as you can see over there, we have the pros and cons. I think I just put it to 100 because I didn't capture the whole thing. Yeah. So on the top, you have software, online, hardware, and paper. So for any new person, if you are new here today, if you're not very like an everyday user, if you're not looking to do this crypto full time, you have to focus on online wallets, the second one. What are the advantages? If you can see over there, and online, high convenience, is accessible from browser without needing to download the blockchain. So you just, it's like touch and go. Once you get it, you have your password, you're good to go. The disadvantages of an online wallet, that is now the cons. It is, of course, susceptible to key logging hackings, meaning anybody can log in from another location if they get to know your passwords. And of course, you cannot stake if the particular cryptocurrencies allow staking. And of course, it's up to you. So you are not really secured. So the first one, as you can see over there, it's called a software wallet. So software wallet is basically good for basically people who are developers, people who know what they are doing, because of course everything is under your control. So it's a user control security, as you can see. For point of sale, for point of proof of stake coins, you can actually mine coins onto that wallet. So as you can already hear, that is sounding a bit technical. So this one needs somebody who knows what they're doing, who are competent. The downside of that is that you must download the entire blockchain into that particular device. So you cannot have just a piece. You need to have the whole ecosystem. On the right side of this particular screen you're seeing, we have now hardware and paper. The benefit of a hardware wallet, of course, it protects the user's private key and can be stored on the device. It can be recovered with PIN and seed. That is the good thing with the hardware wallet. The downside it does not support all cryptocurrencies. Only particular cryptocurrencies are supported by a hardware wallet. And of course, you cannot stake. You cannot do staking as an added advantage. Paper wallet, the last one, the benefits or the pros is extremely secure, cannot be hacked using digital means. Great for long-term storage. If you are buying cryptocurrencies for long-term storage, you are better using paper wallet. The downside is it is inconvenient use for transactions because they are offline, so you cannot use it like every day. So examples under each category. So under the software wallets, we have Electrum and Amory. These are a very you can say high level kind of wallets. That's why I'm saying it's not good for a new person. Under online, that is where now blockchain comes in. Blockchain, you have my Ether, you have Mycelium, you have very many. I think there's a link there. I'll show it to you. The third line is what we call the hardware wallet. So you have Ledger, Trezor as example. And then, of course, paper wallet, you can always create that using some particular website. So these are the links that I just put there. You can basically, I can maybe share them on the chat. So this Crypto Compare is one of the platforms you can actually use to this. As I mute everyone, I think there's somebody yeah, so if you click on Crypto Compare, I'll share that on the chat. It basically gives you a summary of all those wallets based on the security, based on anonymity, ease of use. So you can choose that to select what fits you properly. So I think that basically summarizes my session. Let me post that link on the chat, then we can see whether there are any questions. So there you go. I've posted those particular links if you want to do that. So I think that does it. I think Lawrence have answered a few questions. So let me pass over the mic back to Lawrence so that he can tell us what is new, what happened within the last week as we get to learn and understand more. So thank you very much. I'll be on the chat if there's any questions that you may want to continue, and also if there's any topic that you may want us to cover next week. So thank you very much and see you. Okay, Lawrence is just having his controls right away. So just any questions? Okay, so I think he's good now.
Okay, great, Louise. Thanks for that sharing. I hope we've learned more on crypto wallets and security. In case you have any question, you can be dropping it again there so that Louise can also share with us more on the same. In the meantime, let me just go to the news, what has been happening across the globe before I come back with the exciting news on crypto diversification, which has been offered to us through Decrypt. So I'll be sharing more on that. So let me just share my screen so that we can go direct to the news. What is happening across the globe. I hope all of you can see that. So, and I'll start from the US. I'll start from the US where former US Treasury Secretary Mnuchin says buying Bitcoin is perfectly fine. So if you're a newbie, and maybe this is the first time you're coming to the crypto space, you can see this is a former Treasury, US Treasury Secretary. He says buying Bitcoin is not something bad. He says, and I think if you follow Squawkbox, this is one of the news agencies that reports a lot in terms of Bitcoin, in terms of investments, gold, and S&P. So he says if people want to buy Bitcoin as a substitute, no different than buying gold and some other assets, it's fine. I don't personally want to have it in my portfolio, but if people want to, that's perfectly fine. So this is a person who's been in the treasury for so long, and you can see, of course, they have realized that Bitcoin is not going anywhere, and a lot of people will keep on accumulating Bitcoin. And this is the reason as why I usually say Bitcoin 101 is here to help you get to understand better on what is happening in the crypto space. Because I think 90% of the news I get from my friends are negative things to do with cryptocurrency. And I usually say you only need one positive thing to make a good decision or to understand whether crypto is good or bad. Moving on swiftly, there's a gentleman called Willy Woo. And this gentleman, all he does is crypto analysis. He's very good in what he does. And he runs a company called, just one second. He runs a company called On-Chain Analyst. Willy Who says Bitcoin is decentralized more than gold. Bitcoin is more decentralized than gold. And just to read more on what he stated in this statement, he said, Bitcoin is digital gold. Bitcoin is digital gold. Gold failed. The gold standard failed. This was in 1971, where gold standard was abolished and we got the fiat currency coming on board. Gold's failure led to fiat. And the word fiat may be just to, for clarity for people who are new, this is the first time you're coming over here. The word fiat means I declare. It's a Latin word that means I declare. And of course, fiat refers to government printed currencies, the currencies you use, the coins and paper money. So why was this? It was centralized. When governments ran out of gold, money was decoupled from gold and we got fiat. Bitcoin is decentralized gold. It removes gold's failure. So for those people who also want to understand more on maybe the difference between fiat and cryptocurrency and stuff, maybe these are lessons we should have one of these fine days so that we can get to understand better the evolution of money in deep. So moving on swiftly, we go back to America, and of course, there's an analysis that was done by the Bank of America, and they said Bitcoin now is the third most crowded trade after tech, stocks, and ESG in the new fund manager survey. So a whole lot of people have been calling our office asking, is it a good time to get into crypto because of the correction that just happened? And you can see, of course, Bitcoin now becomes the third most traded commodity in the whole world. So this tells you that there are people who are out there who understands what is happening and they're doing the right thing at the right time. So I leave it at that. This is not a financial advice. I'm just sharing what is happening across the board. So we go to Tennessee, where, of course, Tennessee City plans to accept Bitcoin for tax payment. I remember 2018, we had a discussion with somebody and I was telling them, if you cannot afford to buy a whole Bitcoin when it was below 10,000, it will come a time where you'll have to earn it. You'll have to do something for you to earn Bitcoin. And I think in the next few years, that's where we are heading to. So I usually tell people, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You don't need to own a whole Bitcoin. You can buy a fraction of Bitcoin. Currently, today, Bitcoin is at $31,000. But let's say, for example, you have even $10, which is 1,000 Kenya shillings. You can get what we call a Satoshi, which is a fraction of Bitcoin, 0.003173. And you keep it in your wallet. Louis has shown us type of the wallets that we can use if you are investors, if you are day trader, and whatever you. So you don't need to have all these money, that 1,520, for you to own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is divisible into smaller fraction, even to 50 cents of a dollar. So having that in mind, this is the reason as to why you see governments now are also accepting Bitcoin for tax payments. And I think this will happen with time as we go on and on. So from there, let's go to, I think this also in US, and Rep. Tom Emmer introduces bill to provide just one second, to provide certainty for digital assets. So the Security Clarity Act seeks to lessen regulatory burdens for blockchain-based technology. And I think these are some of the positive news that make me feel privileged to be in the crypto space, because I think since Bitcoin started, we've always been having negative news. So when we see security, like SSE, Security also Clarity Act coming and says we need to have good rules that are not blocking people from growing blockchain technology and adopting crypto, but a rule that will help adoption grow. This is major, this is great, and we cannot wait to see more countries coming up with laws that are crypto friendly. So here it says there has been an unreasonable approach by regulators, and this I can tell you for a fact. This is not only in the US, it's everywhere in the world. China just banned Bitcoin mining and started cracking down on people who are holding cryptocurrencies. But of course, you'll get to understand the reason as to why they are doing that is to push their digital yuan. So it's not that they are doing that because Bitcoin is something bad. No, they have their own agenda of pushing digital yuan to the people. And I have some news about digital yuan as we continue. So of course, I can tell you for a fact, like, for example, there are some banks where if you mention you're doing crypto trading, your account is locked, it's closed. They don't want to do any business with you. So these are some of the unreasonable approaches by regulators that this gentleman is talking about. So as to how federal security laws should be applied to transactions involving the sale of blockchain-based tokens. As this lack of clarity, and I think this is where I talk of either lack of information or misinformation, which brings lack of clarity, is hurting. It's hurting American innovation. This is not just innovation in America. We are talking about global innovation. Let me just mute let me just mute all. Great. So sorry about that. Let's just go back there. So of course, it's not just hurting American innovation. Like Africa, I think the only country in Africa that is crypto friendly is South Africa. Nigeria, which is one of the biggest crypto hub in Africa, their governor just a few months ago, they wanted to ban crypto. And then they realized when they said that, people went to peer-to-peer. Like I said, crypto is decentralized. You can say we are blocking people from using Bitcoin, but remember, as long as Bitcoin is global, people will still trade without your awareness. And this is why people are like, regulators should come with reasonable approach on how they'll come up with regulation when it comes to cryptocurrencies. Between regulation by enforcement and varying legal decisions regarding the classification of these assets, regulatory uncertainty has hindered the growth of blockchain technology, leaving many to take the technology overseas. And I think I'll be sharing more on this when it comes to technology or companies moving from one area to another area because of such harsh rules. So I think for people who are open-minded and they're looking to using blockchain, like Dubai was one of the countries that came on board and said by 2030, everything from the government to everything will be on blockchain. Remember, blockchain is a technology. Its use case is not only cryptocurrency. Think of internet and email. Email was the first use case. So it's the same thing. Blockchain as a technology, the first use case was cryptocurrency. But there are so many other use cases blockchain can be used for. And of course, if you had the first innovation, if when internet came, people started talking ill about email, it will have hindered internet to growing. So I think what people should do is to get to understand so that they can have clarity on blockchain as a technology before they come with regulation. And most of this, I think, regulatory bodies don't want to go that way. It might take time for us to really get crypto out there and people to get to understand it. So moving on swiftly to other news. Deputy Governor, let me see. Of course, BOE Deputy Governor says cryptocurrency are not a threat to financial stability yet. So this is in the UK, where the Bank of England Deputy Governor John Cunliffe has said cryptocurrency in the current state have no harm to the financial system. Speaking to CNBC, Cunliffe stated that despite the cryptocurrency boom, the sector does not pose a risk to the financial sector's stability. He said the current size of cryptocurrencies does not match the traditional financial industry. And I think this is where I talk of. If you totally can understand where we are and the opportunity we have, can you imagine by the time cryptocurrency space will be almost equal to the traditional financial industry. We are at, I think, $1.4 trillion currently. By the time Bitcoin is hitting 5 trillion or 9 trillion, how much will it be worth and how much will you be holding? So it's a good question to ask yourself if you really want to take part in this. So of course, there are issues of investor protection, and I'm glad that Louis today, he shared with us about security. There are also highly speculative assets. I always tell people, as a trader, you'll always lose your money. But as an investor, if you're thinking long-term, whether there are deep corrections, you will always have your money back. But they are not of the size that would cause financial stability risk, and they are not connected deeply into the standing financial system, said Khan Life. So basically what he's saying is that as you're considering Bitcoin, it doesn't really pose a threat yet to a traditional financial system. Moving on swiftly, still in Europe, we've been talking about 3 types of digital currencies for people who are new today in our Bitcoin 101. We have tokens and stablecoins. We have what we call CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, and then we have cryptocurrency as part of digital currency. And when we talk about digital currencies, this is something that you cannot see, you cannot touch, but it has value. Like the Bonga points on your phone, the loyalty points you get when you shop in a mall or in a store. So basically, ECB gives go ahead to digital euro. So we've seen digital yuan, and now again, the European Central Bank has announced they have decided to launch a project to prepare for possibly issuing a digital euro. This is something that has been going on, and I remember the chair, I think the chair lady, Lagarde, I think she's part of the European Central Bank. There's a time they gave a survey for people to give feedback on what they will really expect when it comes to digital euro. This, I think, was late last year, if I'm not wrong, or early this year. So it's been 9 months since we published our report on digital euro. If you want this report, we have it. You can ask for it. We can share with you so that you can also get to understand what CBDCs are and how they will influence the way you transact on your daily basis transactions. In that time, we have carried on further analysis, sought input from citizens. This is what I was talking about. They asked for input from citizens and also professional, and conducted some experiment with encouraging results. All this has led to decide to move up a gear and start a digital euro project. ECB President Christine Lagarde said. So it's good to see these, and also it's good to know that Christine Lagarde was the former chairperson of IMF or World Bank, I think. She's the former chairman of IMF and World Bank. And I remember during her time, she was against cryptocurrency, full-time. She was against cryptocurrency. Before she resigned, she said governments should also consider cryptocurrencies because they are not going anywhere. So she resigned there and she became the European Central Bank president. So you can see they have done the prototype, they have they've done their research, and now they're coming with a digital euro. Moving on swiftly, let's go to China. And this is what I was talking about. When you read about China banning Bitcoin, what is the reason behind them banning Bitcoin or cracking down on people who are holding Bitcoin? Look at this. Digital yuan now has more than 20 million wallets. Chinese Central Bank says this. So the China's Central Bank New Progress Report on Digital Yuan confirms that smart contracts are a designed feature. So honestly, this is why I usually tell people, don't listen to what they say, watch what they are doing, because most of these guys, they'll talk ill about something, but there's something, they have their own agenda they are pushing. China just banned Bitcoin mining in China, not forgetting that since Bitcoin started in 2009, China has been controlling over 70% of all Bitcoin mining capacity. So when they come and they say we are banning Bitcoin, who are holding more Bitcoins? And remember, they were mining Bitcoin since 2009, when the supply of Bitcoin every 10 minutes was at a higher. We were receiving more Bitcoins every 10 minutes for the last 10 years. until May last year when we started receiving 6.25 Bitcoins every 10 minutes. So basically them cracking on people who are holding Bitcoin and them cracking on Bitcoin miners and chasing them out of China is because they want to push their digital central bank digital currency, which is digital yuan. So don't listen to what you see on negative about negative news about Bitcoin and other stuff. Just ask yourself, what's the reason behind China banning or China saying or Elon Musk saying about anything about Bitcoin? So of course, China is not joking. They have gone all way out with their digital yuan. It's also good to note that in Africa, also Nigeria, they said by 2021 December, their digital naira will be out and running. I don't know what is happening in Kenya. I have not heard of any progress in terms of digital Kenya shillings, but maybe with time we'll get to know. Moving on swiftly back to UK. 11% of UK citizens consider buying crypto over the next 1 year. And this is why I'll encourage any person who is here, whether you're new or not, just take some time and read about cryptocurrency, because like I said, and this is something we said in 2018, if you won't have owned some cryptos in the next few years, you will earn it. You will earn it, because I don't think people who will be holding crypto will be willing to sell their cryptocurrencies. So you'll have to do something for you to earn it. Why not get the right information so that you can put just part of your portfolio in cryptocurrency? So as crypto adoption continues to increase in the UK, as another survey revealed that 39% of adults in the country already own crypto. 39% already own crypto, and 11% considers buying within the next coming months. So you can do 39 plus 11, that brings it to 50. Over 50% in the next few months will be owning crypto in the UK, will be owning cryptocurrency in UK. So this tells you that people are learning more. They're getting to understand crypto. It's becoming more adopted globally. Moving on swiftly to Australia, Bitcoin will eventually be transacted more than fiat currency. Like I said, fiat currency is government printed money for those people who are just coming on board right now. Says 35% of Australians surveyed. So this is a survey that was done in Australia, and they're saying, of course, they foresee Bitcoin being used more than fiat currency in the near future. So that's from Australia. And also just again in Australia, before we leave Austria, Australia Cryptspend launching a Visa debit card. And I think this is something we've been talking also in Bitcoin 101s, that it will be so easy with time to spend your Bitcoins because you'll have a crypto debit card or a Visa card. Visa debit card that holds your cryptocurrency. You won't have to go to an exchange to change to fiat currency for you to spend. Already they are there. They are there out there. There are crypto debit cards that you can buy. And instead of you just changing your money to fiat, you can walk into any stall that uses Visa cards, and you can use your cryptos there. So you can see, of course, this is one of the company called Cryptospend app. Of course, they are launching a physical debit card to allow users easier access of their cryptocurrency. Moving on swiftly to the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey. Jack Dorsey, during the 2021 Bitcoin conference in Miami, Florida, he said he might consider leaving what he does to fully go to crypto. And you can see, of course, yesterday he talked about Square, one of his company, will launch a Bitcoin-focused DeFi program. So for him, he is fully into crypto. There was a time Jack Dorsey was buying $10,000 worth of Bitcoin every week. This was when Bitcoin was below, I think, $5,000. So he's one of the biggest whales we have also when it comes to Bitcoin. He's a Bitcoin maximalist. He doesn't talk about a lot about other cryptocurrencies. He only talks about Bitcoin. So he announced this on Twitter that his company is working, and not only are they working on DeFi, they are also working on a crypto hardware wallet. I saw that last week. So for him, I think he has decided to go full on board to cryptocurrency. Moving on to S&P Dow Jones indices, they are launching a new cryptocurrency indexes. And these I think these some of the news that make my heart rip with joy, because These are some of the people who've been talking ill about Bitcoin, but there's this saying that says, if you cannot beat them, join them. And I think crypto now is leaving individuals, is going to corporate. The chance of somebody just going and buying Bitcoin with ease, soon it will be gone. So it's high time, if you are a newbie here, just learn, get to understand how you can get yourself, and this is not a financial advice, get yourself to know how you can just even own a few of cryptocurrencies and hold them for long. Otherwise, you'll have your banks doing that for you. And there's one thing we say, not your private keys. I think Luis was talking about private key and public key. So in cryptocurrencies, we usually say not your private key, not your Bitcoin. So you cannot give somebody your cryptos to hold unless it's an institution that runs maybe a hedge fund or something. So we go to PayPal. I'm sure most of us have used PayPal. And PayPal increases crypto purchase limits to $100,000. So right now, if you have 10 million Kenya shillings, you can buy Bitcoin on PayPal's platform. So the company said the move was aimed to giving customers more choice and flexibility to purchase crypto. But again, also something to consider when you're buying cryptocurrency, consider the fees. Because some of these companies, if you don't check how much you're paying in terms of when you're buying cryptos, you might get to lose a lot of money when it comes to you purchasing your crypto. So always check different platforms, compare the prices of Bitcoin over there, and go to the most favorable one. So moving on swiftly, nuclear powered Bitcoin mining is coming to Ohio in December. I love the fact that US has really gone, just 1 second, let me close this. US has really gone way to crypto adoption, and also they've become more crypto friendly since last year. But before then, I think Bitcoin was a no-go zone in most of the states in the US. But right now, with more people coming on board who are focused on seeing crypto grow, you can see Ohio, they have allowed miners to come to do Bitcoin mining. This after China banned miners from mining from China. So a lot of people are taking their equipments from China way to US and other countries. Moving on swiftly, this is a company that was giving, what is it called? Bitminer. Just 1 second, let me close this again. So Bitminer is one of the companies that provide the mining machines for Bitcoin. And you can see Chinese Bitcoin miner BIT Mining raises $50 million to move overseas. So they are running away from China because of the sanctions the government gave. And I think I saw another news, if I'm not, and you can read over here. BIT Mining has raised $50 million in less than a month after its 400 megawatts facility in China was shut down. So China is going down on Bitcoin miners, cracking down on people who are holding cryptocurrency in a recent crackdown that has adverse effect on the stock prices of Chinese Bitcoin mining farms listed in the US. And these now farms, they are running away from China. They are going to other countries. I think I saw something where Bitmain, one of the biggest giants when it comes to equipment providing for Bitcoin mining. And mining, for people who are newbies, mining is verification of transaction. We all know that when you're trading with Bitcoin, you don't need an intermediary. If I'm sending you money via maybe M-Pesa, if you're in Kenya, Safaricom is an intermediary. If I'm sending you money from my bank account to your bank account, our banks are the intermediary. So when it comes to cryptocurrency, if I'm sending you Bitcoin from my wallet to your wallet, there's no third party in between. So what happens is that there are people who are called miners, and miners are people who own computers that do verification. That if I'm sending money to Esther, for example, from my wallet to her wallet, somebody gonna confirm, or this machine will confirm Lawrence has Bitcoins in their wallet, Esther has a wallet that is active and it's good. And then when that transaction is done, that is recorded by these machines on what we call blockchain technology. So maybe this one of these fine days will show you live transactions or on how Bitcoin mining operates, So most of these companies, after crackdown in China, they are moving their facilities. So you can see like here, crypto giant Bitmain opens physical Bitcoin mining equipment shop in Istanbul. So you can see most of these countries, they understand the more they become crypto friendly, the more business is coming to their countries. And you can see some of the countries that really have welcomed Bitcoin mining companies. We have Kazakhstan is one of the biggest country that has really welcomed people to go and do mining over there. We have USA, most of the states right now, they are crypto friendly and they're telling people you can come and we can give you land and also cheap or affordable electricity for you to do mining. To my second last news, for those people who know musicians, we know this gentleman called Busta Rhymes. And yesterday at night, in fact, I was just reading this tweet at night. He asked, and I like the fact that for him, he says he does not understand cryptocurrency. Who can educate me more on cryptocurrency? And of course, I was sharing with Luis in the morning, part of the people who responded to his tweet, some of the people who are holding the most Bitcoin in the whole world. Like if you go to hope.com, this is one of the websites where you can read more on cryptocurrencies. I think I'll look for that and I can drop it on the chat room. It's owned by this gentleman called Michael Saylor. Michael Saylor, the founder or the CEO of MicroStrategy. And MicroStrategy is a company that they even sold their gold for Bitcoin. So they have over 100,000 Bitcoins in their holding. So another person who responded to him was also Jack Dorsey from Twitter. Also he has something called, can I remember? I'll also share that link, I think, after I'm done with the news. This somewhere you can go and read more on cryptocurrency. There's no hype. They won't be selling you anything, because I think another thing that has hindered growth of cryptocurrency is that any person who comes to educate you on cryptocurrency, there's something they're selling you. At the end, they will sell you something. They're not giving you information so that you can make good decision. So, so for him, he asked that, and of course, he got millions and millions of replies. Some people were selling him even shit coins. I think I took almost 2-3 hours a night reading the responses on his Twitter account. You can follow him on Twitter to see what he had said, and I think he has just tweeted again, and he has asked. I was even sharing with Luis just a few minutes ago. He asked, "When do you think crypto education will come to our schools?" That was another tweet that Busta Rhymes asked. So to my final news, there's a time we shared about NFTs, non-fungible tokens. This is one of the biggest technology we've seen grow in the last few months. So there's a fantasy soccer NFT platform, Sorare, reportedly closing in on $532 million in funding. And this is how big this industry will go. Because like NFTs, DeFi, these are very new projects that have not even matured. And you can see the amount of funding that is coming. So Sorare is reportedly closing in $500 million funding round with a valuation of at least $3.8 billion. So these are NFTs, non-fungible tokens. If you go to our YouTube channel, you can see some recording that we did and explain more on NFTs. I don't want to go deeper into these, but it's also good to note that also our own Eliud Kipchoge took part in selling one of his NFTs for 4-point-something million Kenya shillings. So those are the news I had today. Because of time, let me see whether I can get those 2 links I've talked about so that you can do more research and you can learn more when it comes to cryptocurrency, because I think this will be good. So I'm sure Louis has been sharing more on the chat room in terms of questions and stuff. So let me look for those 2 news, and then just feel free to learn more about cryptocurrency, because like I always say, whether you believe in Bitcoin or not, Bitcoin is not going anywhere. Just like email came first time in the internet. And then blockchain technology as a technology itself, whether you don't want to go the crypto way, blockchain technology will be used for so many other use cases. So just 1 second as I look for this tweet where you can read more on cryptocurrency. Also, feel free to join our Telegram channel. Of course, I shared that there for daily market updates, feel free to join our crypto Telegram channel. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel for more sessions on the same. So let me just open for you and I share these for Michael Saylor. You shared for? Luis has already shared it. You've shared both of them? Yeah, hope.com. Hope.com. There's also one by Jack Dorsey. Let me look for that one. Thanks, Luis, for that. So you can click on hope.com. You can read more on Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. Michael Saylor is a Bitcoin maximalist, so I'm sure you won't get to learn a lot about other cryptocurrencies, but at least you'll have basics on the biggest crypto in the whole world, which is Bitcoin. So let me look for the other link by Jack. It's called something to do. Jack is the founder of Twitter. So of course, these are credible people who you can follow. And of course, they'll give you unbiased information when it comes to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Just 1 second, let me just look for it. He had replied to this gentleman called Buster Rhymes. So just 1 second, let me see. So in the meantime, Luis, you can be giving us updates, any updates?
Yeah. Maybe as Lawrence is getting those links, I was maybe you heard some few times because I think most people here are new. When we say a Bitcoin maximalist, this is somebody who really believes in Bitcoin wholesomely, as in he does not have any other they basically believe in Bitcoin to the core, as in they trust, they believe, they are not like swayed by anything. Then we have what we call the Bitcoin realist, people who like to compare Bitcoin with what we are doing. So they are more or less agreeing with Bitcoin, but also they want to consider the other side of it. So those are the two types of Bitcoin proponents. Somebody who is really fully to Bitcoin, to somebody who is like in the middle. Then we have those who we call the libertarians, which is actually another term. But for now, just know that there are people, because I think you will keep us here in saying somebody is a Bitcoin maximalist, somebody is a Bitcoin realist, somebody is a Bitcoin libertarian. So those are some terms that maybe at times it may be not clear, but at least now you know. When somebody is a Bitcoin maximalist, somebody like really is really up there, want to see Bitcoin grow to the best level of it. But some Bitcoin realists are people who are like they agree Bitcoin is good, but they want to develop it on some other aspects as well. So that is what I wanted to share. So Lawrence, maybe.
I'm still looking for that. Okay. I think what I'll do.
For it, but anyway, also to add on that, if you go to Twitter and you see some guys who have laser eyes on Twitter, those are Bitcoin maximalists. They don't believe in any other cryptocurrency. They only believe in Bitcoin, and it's like we can call them like, you see, jihadists. These people who are it's this and nothing else. So they usually have also laser eyes. So I'm looking for that tweet, but in the meantime, I'll look for it because of time, and maybe I can drop it on our Telegram channel later. There's something we did as Decrypt Edge consultants. Myself and Louis, we founded Decrypt Edge consultants basically for crypto education awareness. And we do offer master classes, we do offer consultancy. And there's something big that happened we've been Binance Angels for the last 1 year. Binance is the biggest crypto exchange in the whole world. and we will help them grow their market in Kenya through awareness and education. So last month we were approached by the second biggest crypto exchange in Kenya. It's called Belfrix. Belfrix is in 8 countries. These are places now where you can buy or trade your cryptos with ease, where they can either send your money to M-Pesa or they can send money to your bank account, wherever you feel like you want your money to go to. So basically what Belfrix did is that they are starting a campaign this coming August, and they have a very good offer where, like, if you buy some cryptos under their platform, you get a chance of getting a 50% discount back of that crypto you'll buy. Some of the projects they have over there, they are projects myself and Louis, we've been holding for the longest time ever. So I can advise. This is one of the best, I think, deals I've seen this year, where I can get 50% back of what I've invested. So for more information, if you'd like to know more on what Belfrix is offering, feel free to reach out either to Louis or myself. We're gonna help you meet with the country manager if you so wish, or we can just take you through how to take advantage of what they're offering. And of course, there's no commissions, there's no networking and stuff. This is pure part of investing, you diversifying part of your portfolio into the crypto space as you continue learning. I usually say earn as you learn, because you cannot wait until you get the whole information for you to start making money, but you can just diversify just small part of your portfolio as you continue growing in the space. So with that, I think that's the news I had for today. I'll look for the link for where you can learn more on Bitcoin, and then I'll share it out. So God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your businesses. I wish you a very awesome, great weekend. We see you again next week on Saturday, same time, 10 a.m. And now, of course, let's keep learning. Crypto space is just beginning. We're still at the innovation stage. Take advantage, secure your future, secure your family's future and your kids' future. Also, blockchain will disrupt a whole lot of things. Any parting shot, Louis? Okay, cool. So with that, God bless you. Have a great weekend.